this episode, I'll be talking about the dangers associated with 5G and Wi-Fi and whether you should be scared of them, coming up on Suburban Nerd. Thanks for joining me. Discussions about 5G and Wi-Fi are everywhere. Wi-Fi is an essential part of a lot of people's homes and lives, and 5G promises to revolutionize the way we communicate. But they've been scrutinized for potential health risks some people associate with them. Both frequencies have been linked to various forms of cancer, and there are those who accuse 5G of being responsible for the novel coronavirus. Are these fears legitimate? Does the science support them? Let's take a look at the facts. Don't forget to check out the companion post over at suburbannerd.com, link in the description. And while you're there, sign up for the newsletter. Subscribers will get regular updates, exclusive content, and special offers. Join today for your first free gift. Spoilers: no, there's no evidence that 5G or Wi-Fi pose any potential health risks. These conspiracy theories are little more than examples of fake news. Yes, both 5G and Wi-Fi are radiation. Look, I know that sounds scary, but radiation isn't what some old B science fiction movie would have us believe it is. Radiation is just the word for energy that is emitted or transmitted through matter in the form of waves or particles. That covers a lot of the energy you come across during the day, including sunlight. As you can imagine, not all radiation is the same. 5G and Wi-Fi are actually pretty weak compared to some other forms of radiation, a lot of which has no physical effect on you whatsoever. So to measure the various attributes of radiation, scientists use what's called the electromagnetic spectrum. This spectrum is divided up into classes. Each class measures wavelength, frequency, and energy emitted. The frequency is the number of times an event will happen within a given period. The longer the wavelength, the lower the frequency. The lower the frequency, the less the energy emitted. If less energy is emitted, it'll take longer for it to actually have an effect on your body. One of my favorite YouTube channels, The Hookup, actually has a good introduction to electromagnetic spectrum in his Wi-Fi protocols video. I'm linking that down in the description. Go ahead and subscribe to him too. So the types of radiation that can cause effects like cancer on your body are known as ionizing radiation. These are the frequencies that are well above what the human eye can detect. So the lowest category of ionizing radiation is ultraviolet. That's the invisible light in the sun's rays that gives people sunburn and, in extreme cases, skin cancer. This is what causes folks like me to have to dress up like the Invisible Man if we want to go to the beach. Ionizing radiation is also in X-rays and gamma rays, which is what's emitted from nuclear blasts, so if you're caught in gamma rays, you probably have a bigger problem. So non-ionizing radiation, the stuff that doesn't affect you physically, starts just above the visible spectrum and gets weaker from there. This includes radio waves, microwaves, infrared, and all the light on the visible spectrum. 5G and Wi-Fi fall into the very high frequency and ultra high frequency categories. You know, like the old-fashioned TVs with the antennas that you had to twist every which way to get the signal. Yeah, that was VHF and UHF. Also, your TV remote might be working on the low frequency category, or infrared, which is just above what we can see. You would have to be directly exposed to these kind of radiations every second of every minute of every hour for an entire lifetime before you actually saw anything like a lesion or a skin burn. So there are people who are getting attention by claiming that COVID-19 or the coronavirus is actually being caused by 5G. The way they're trying to prove this is by taking a map of the COVID-19 hotspots, such as in New York or in China or places like that, and then overlaying them with maps of large sections of 5G antennas. Well, the problem is that these are also largely populated areas, so of course they're going to get 5G first, and of course any sort of disease or outbreak is going to hit them hard. This conspiracy theory also vilifies Bill Gates, who had a TED Talk where he discussed something called Event 201. Now, Event 201 was just an academic exercise to talk about what would happen in a global pandemic. This conspiracy theory says that the towers are getting people sick so that Bill Gates can sell his vaccine, which is actually just tracking people, and yeah, you go down a rabbit hole you don't want to follow. Now, this would be laughable except for one little problem. People are going around and setting fire to the 5G masts in order to protect themselves. They've also accused some people who are recovering or who are the families of victims of coronavirus or COVID-19 as being crisis actors. I went into how nasty this sort of thing gets in my post about fake news, so just be careful when you're going down these rabbit holes. There is no scientific evidence of a connection between 5G and Wi-Fi and anything like cancer or the coronavirus. They're simply not powerful enough to affect your body. Be careful when you're following these outrageous claims. There can be real consequences to them and folks can get hurt. There's plenty of resources out there of folks a lot smarter than I am and a lot more knowledgeable about this topic who can give a detailed breakdown. Thanks for watching my video. What did you think? Do you have anything you want to add? Are there any facts I missed that might change my mind? Go ahead and let me know in the comments, or you can send me an email or reach out to me over social media. And don't forget to check out the companion post over at suburbannerd.com and sign up for the newsletter to get regular updates, exclusive content, and special offers. Join today for a first free gift. This is Suburban Nerd reminding you, put the smart in smart home.